Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Monday. It is February the 15th. It's National Gumdrop Day today. It's
like
National,
gumdrops.
I know you do. National Singles Awareness Day. So it's because, yesterday was Valentine's Day. National Wisconsin Day. Today, happy Wisconsin Day. And today is President's Day in the U.S. of A. So happy President's Day. Also, I am super excited for my guest today. Probably a little nerded out because I'm a huge fan of Michael Chiklis. Now, I remember as a kid watching him with my dad. My dad was a huge fan of the show, The Commish.
Yeah.
And he was on The Commish. He was The Commish. But then he's also been on The Shield. He's been in a show called Vegas. We just watched him recently in American Horror Story. But my favorite role that he played, he was Curly Stooge in a Three Stooges project back in like 2000.
Yeah.
He did such a good job. Talented dude.
Yeah, I remember even then when we were watching that, you went on and on and on about how great he was.
He's just so talented and like everything he's in. So super excited to visit today for this Movie Star Monday with Michael Chiklis.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A British study showed that toddlers who have a diet high in processed foods may have a slightly lower IQ later in life. So, saying, if you want your kiddo to be smart, feed them brain food, not, fast food.
That makes sense.
Well, processed food, I guess, is what they're talking about, high in processed foods. And 2/3 of office workers say they are interrupted up to 20 times a day. Heidi's going, yeah, more like 20 times an hour.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Even when I leave here, I left yesterday. There was a couple days ago. I was like
You
a minute
barely
up the road.
backed out of the driveway.
I was like a minute away.
My phone is ringing.
I called. I was like, hey, can you do me a favor?
And I was just laughing when I answered. I'm like, really? Really?
You write a note and stick it on my desk. just thought of something.
You just left.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. 22-year-old Matthew Latham was arrested at about 4:45 a.m. on Sunday, which, first of all, is not typically a productive time for anybody. 4:45 a.m.? I mean, what are you doing? Here's what he was doing. He called 911, not once, but twice, for a ride home.
For a ride.
Yeah,
that's not what it's for.
That's not how it works. And then he cursed at the call taker during the call. The police emergency line is not used as a taxi dispatch service, so he was charged with misuse of 911 system. Also hit with a marijuana possession, because guess what? Well, he had some pot on him when he was asking the police to give him a ride home. Not the smartest thing, probably. Got himself in a little bit of trouble for this. Reckless driving citation last month. He crashed a car, had like $8,500 in damages, so that apparently is why he's not able to drive now. Bad deal. I feel bad for the whole situation, but I've got a link to it. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. A Black Panther television show, like a series, is in the works with Disney Plus from the movie writers and director Ryan Coogler. The new TV series will center on the Kingdom of Wakanda, the fictional nation in the heart of Africa. The 2018 blockbuster film, by the way, brought in over $1 billion. So it did really well. And they're like, hey, cha-ching, how can we cash in? Miley Cyrus tweeted that she wants to be the wedding singer for the nuptials of her former co-stars Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. So since they were all on TV, that's how it fit in the big screen, little screen. I see but they're also all musicians, too. And then Southern Charm star Madison LaCroix denies rumors that she had an affair with Alex Rodriguez, saying that they only talked on the phone. The former baseball star, by the way, is engaged to Jennifer Lopez. He's A-Rod. She's J-Lo. And we're done.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day, it comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. we're going to take a second to talk about it. I'm still amazed that only 3% of people donate blood.
Yeah,
that shocked me.
Surprising to me.
When I was talking to the folks from RedCrossBlood.org, I was amazed. I was thinking, like, if you were to ask somebody, do it today. Just say, hey, what percentage of people do you think donate blood? I'll bet most people would say, like 10%. I would have guessed 10%.
I would have probably guessed 20%.
Yeah, I would have guessed at least 10%, but 3% was the number.
Yeah,
I was amazed by that. So
that's really scary because
people need blood.
Chances are pretty good. At some point, you're going to need some blood.
So if that's something that you can do, consider that. It could be a life-saving thing. Again, redcrossblood.org. Now, let's get back to work here with this. 3 pigs in Russia escaped, broke into a supermarket, knocked over a bunch of booze bottles, and started drinking. Their 3 little pig story is way more interesting than ours. That is just the funniest thing. 3 pigs. Wow. They're licking up booze off the floor. A 9-year-old in Italy was caught driving. A couple of his friends were in the car, and they were out for a cruise. Yikes. Age 9. So,
where was that?
In Italy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they got pulled over. I don't know what they were doing wrong other than being 9 and driving. So, trees are incredibly smart. Trees. They run on sunshine, they provide shade in the summer, and they are ever so kind to drop their leaves to allow the winter sun through. Researchers at the University of Exeter determined that they are good for our mental health as well. Trees are.
I would agree with that. I feel really good when I'm around nature, when I'm in,
They say Londoners who have more trees on their street have fewer antidepressants in their medicine cabinet.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So if you've got more trees, you have less need for antidepressants. And at least, we're going to get one more story in here. How about this one? Once you, this is a good question for Heidi, because I wonder how she'll answer this. Once you take possession of your French fries from McDonald's, how long do you have to consume them so the last fry is just as good as the first fry?
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have any idea.
I'm just wondering who came up with this study. The Takeout is who came up with this. They decided, let's figure this out. So the first fry, they say the first 5 minutes is the sweet spot. From 6 to 9 minutes, they're still good. But there's a marked decrease in enjoyment after the 9-minute mark.
Why do we need these kinds of...
And then once you hit the 13-minute mark, you might as well just throw them away, according to this study. Now, I got to tell you, I kind of like cold fries.
I really like cold McDonald's fries.
So I don't know if I might be immune to this study. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Movie Star Monday. Super excited to visit with Mr. Michael Chiklis. You might know him from a whole big long list of things like The Commish, like The Shield, like Vegas, like American Horror Story, and a bunch of other fun stuff. He's got a new program we're going to talk about as well. But first, let's say, Mr. Michael Chiklis, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and I'm excited to chat with you. We absolutely love you, and you play different characters, and you always do such a great job becoming that character.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And as an actor, I've done a lot of stuff over the years, and some things, as soon as you start shooting them, you're in a dog. And other things are really exciting, and wow, this one's special. This new one, Coyote, even though a coyote is a dog, this one isn't. It's so special. It really is an incredible odyssey, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and the only thing that's been terrible about it is we were waylaid by COVID.
Yeah.
I should tell your audience, first of all, Coyote is my new show. It's on CBS All Access, which is about to become Paramount Plus. And Paramount Plus is going to be a new streaming service where all the Paramount library is added with the CBS library.
Nice.
And you're going to have Paramount Plus, which is going to be incredible. And I love and I'm very flattered that they've taken our show and put it on ahead of everything else as something that's indicative of their new brand. And that's really exciting, first of all. And to get together with my friend Michelle McLaren, who her work from Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead. She's just a hit maker. She's an incredible director. She's just a really, really incredible storyteller. She called me 2.5 years ago and she said, Michael, I finally found what we're going to work on. And it was Coyote. And at first I was trepidatious because he's a 32-year-old veteran Border Patrol officer who is on his last day of work. And through an extraordinary set of circumstances, he becomes a coyote, which, that's the jumping off point. That's how it begins. So, I was concerned a little bit at first because I was like, I hope this isn't just a political thing because everything is so politicized now.
Well, yeah.
And all the, one of the troubles we face as a country is that everything is politicized to the point where all the nuance is taken out of our political discourse. And that's just not the way life is. Life isn't either or, this or that, for or against.
Yep.
There's a million different nuances in every topic. And what's awesome about this show is it's not political at all. It's human. And it's great storytelling, super entertaining, nail-biting, but also it makes you think and feel. And that's when something's really working on all cylinders. Beautifully shot, unbelievable cast and crew. The only thing that, we didn't get to finish. We shot 6 full episodes. We were in the middle of the 7th episode, and the pandemic struck.
Yeah. And
we haven't been able to go back to continue since. So we're champing at the bit, hoping that a lot of people watch this so that we can get the green light to go back down there and continue shooting.
That would be fantastic. Now, your character in this, Ben Clemens, is he based on a real person or is this not based on a true story at all?
No, it's not based on a true story at all. It's based on a lot of true stories that we've looked at and read and discussed. And we went down there and I rode along with Border Patrol agents and talked to them, asked them about their lives, how this political situation is affecting them, what a day in their life is like, what they see, Then we went on the other side of the border and talked to federales, and we've talked to a bunch of different people, and we went, and then we shot it in Mexico. It was very important that we shoot in Mexico, right at the border, and all around Baja California, because when you're shooting like a big tentpole movie like a Fantastic Four, you can shoot that in a studio and it's fine because it's a lot of green screen and you're creating a world. When you're doing something like Coyote or The Shield, for example, LA was a character in The Shield, so we wanted Mexico is absolutely a character in this place. So we wanted to shoot it where this happened. So we went to the border and we shot all over Baja. And it just adds such an authenticity and a grit to the show. And a reality to it. And I'm so proud of the casting. You know, we worked really hard to put together a truly international cast and crew.
Michael, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it a bunch, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Again, our guest today has been Michael Chiklis on this Movie Star Monday. I've got a link to all of the information about Coyote in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The favorite pasta shape is what? If I were going to point to you and you had to tell me. Favorite pasta is, quick think. Boom.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, answer is spaghetti. 38% say I like spaghetti more than any other kind of pasta shape. Second most favorite, Heidi?
I'm going to say the macaroni noodle.
I don't know. Is there a macaroni noodle?
You know what I'm talking about, right? The
Elbow-
noodle is in macaroni. Yeah,
elbow macaroni. Okay,
yes.
well, that is the second favorite. Elbow macaroni is the second, or as Heidi puts it, the macaroni noodle.
Everybody knew what I was talking about.
Oh, we did.
And I would guess the third is the shell.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not on here.
Yeah.
My favorite would be the spiral macaroni. What are those called?
Those are so hard to cook, and they're
Are they really?
nasty. Yeah.
How is it hard to cook?
They take longer to cook because
they
they're
really?
such a weird shape.
What are they called? Macaroni noodles?
Spiral pasta?
I always thought those were good. That's today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Turkey. Authorities in Turkey are investigating the appearance of a mysterious monolith. The metal block was found by a farmer Friday of last week. Turkish script reads, "Look at the sky, see the moon." The monolith is about 10 feet tall, was discovered near a World Heritage Site that has megalithic structures dating back 10,000 years. Now, other monolithic structures like this one have popped up around the world, and some have disappeared in other countries in recent months. So it's been really weird. These things are just popping up, and then like some of them are gone just as quickly as they showed up. So yeah, this one is in Turkey. Thanks for listening to today's news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, and it's a long story here to tell. I'm not going to read the whole darn thing because I don't have time, but a man got stranded in a snowstorm for a week. This is in California's Sierra Nevada mountains. Rescued alive, thank goodness. Survived on a small supply of food and on melted snow.
It's a good thing you even had food.
Exactly.
For a week?
Yeah, 29-year-old Harlan Earls was traveling for a birthday party back in January, a drive that would usually take about 2 hours, when a heavy snowstorm shut down the interstate. Seeking an alternative route? Bad idea. When they close the interstate, that's the point. He turned on his GPS. The device didn't account for the alternative route being an unplowed mountain pass.
Oh, man.
He ended up getting stuck there for several days. It was in snow so deep he was unable to turn the vehicle around. A local sheriff put it this way: the GPS doesn't know if there's 6 feet of snow on the road.
Right.
So anyway, the story goes on and talks about how he was able to make it, but he had some dry spaghetti noodles and he had some hand warmer packets and he had some things in his vehicle, thank goodness, that
Why
allowed
would he
him.
have
I don't know,
spaghetti noodles
but
in
he
his
did.
car?
Well, he's lucky he did.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a link to the story if you want to read all the details. Like I said, it's fascinating. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by redcrossblood.org. A Boston man is warning people against using headphones while falling asleep. So he's saying it's a bad idea. He knows this because they had to remove a wireless earbud from his esophagus.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Brad Gauthier, who detailed his bizarre experience in a Facebook post, went to bed listening to music. He woke up and shoveled snow for about an hour. When he went back inside to take a sip of water, the liquid wouldn't go down. And he said, I had to lean over the drain and lean over and it drained out of his throat. That's when he noticed he was missing one of his earbuds.
Oh, my gosh, that's terrifying.
And it turns out, after looking at an x-ray, there it is. There's the earbud that's missing. It was lodged in his esophagus. So
wow,
he's lucky he could breathe.
Yeah.
But what a bizarre story. It's not a good plan. It's today. So don't sleep with your earbuds, and definitely don't swallow them. That's a bad idea.
First of all, I can't sleep when there's noise of any kind, so I won't be sleeping with earbuds anytime soon. But yeah, that's extremely dangerous.
It is. So don't do that. It's today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I'm going to read the real name of a real business located somewhere in the world for real, and Heidi has to guess, is this a golf course or is this a rehab center? Lake Hills Oasis, Somerset, Kentucky. Lake Hills Oasis.
I'm going to say golf course.
It is a rehab center.
Gosh.
You've been striking out.
I have all the time.
Now, you were really good at the last game we played. Like, you were almost always right. And it's like you're almost always wrong on this one. I feel bad for you.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've
It has
gotten
been
a
a
chance
while.
to give you the golf clap. So
I know.
going to give you one. Just that's something to look forward to. Maybe get it right tomorrow, Heidi.
I will try.
This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for a little good news, and I love wrapping things up around here with good news. Our good news comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Here's a headline, Heidi. A 10-year-old boy and family friend cleaned snow off 80 hospital worker cars during a snowstorm.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
This is really cool. A 10-year-old boy in Rhode Island and a family friend cleaned snow off all of these cars to show their appreciation for healthcare workers. So Abby Meeker and her friend's son, Christian Stone, removed snow off 80 cars. Christian wanted to do something good for nurses about a month ago when it stormed out. And he said, next time it snows, I want to clean all the cars, snow off the cars. I want to clean all the snow off the nurses' cars. Does that make any sense?
It does.
Okay, I think you know what I mean. And she said, I told him I would come with him. Said, I was thinking it would be really helpful, to go through the lot with the pandemic and everything going on and these people working extra hours to just go through and sweep the snow off. And they thought it would be really fun. Meeker said they made it into a game. When they would hear somebody unlock their car, the pair would run over and make sure that car was ready to go. Said it has been extremely cold, but it was very fun to see how happy people would get. This is really a neat idea. Meeker and Stone said on a few occasions, some of the staff offered to pay them. Hey, we're going to pay you for that. No, we're just doing it. We just said we're doing this because you guys are here for us.
That's really cool. I love that.
It is really cool. And it's just a neat thing.
It's just a little something, and it makes a big impact.
It really does. And I think that's neat. And again, in the story here, you can see photos and there was a lot of snow on some of these cars. So I'm sure it was very much appreciated after
Absolutely.
a long shift.
Yeah, to come out and not have to hassle with that. That's awesome.
Able to hop in and cruise away. Now, if they would just warm up the cars for them too, that would be. If they go home and shovel their sidewalk for them too. Okay, maybe that's asking a bit much, but it is really neat that they did this, and I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Monday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.